Hello everyone, my name is MUsman, and this is my Teach 1 for HAP 823 for spring of 2019, Comparative Effective Analysis at George Mason University, taught by Dr. Farouk Alemi. And my question is going to be from Causal Networks, question number 4, which is basically a demonstration of the Netica application for creating Bayesian networks. So jumping on into the question asks us to redo number 3 in Netica, and number 3 basically asks us to evaluate the risks for a patient who is severely ill and has signed a do not resuscitate order, given these probabilities for severity and DNR. And it's pretty straightforward to complete this in Netica. Step 1, you want to download the application. Step 2, you want to install it. Step 3, we're going to create the network and the nodes with the links in Netica. Then we're going to compile that network. Then we're going to input the given probabilities into the nodes. And then finally, we're going to observe the risks of a severely ill patient who has signed DNR. And we're going to observe that outcome to see how that is impacted. So here are the probabilities we're going to use to build the nodes in Netica. Severity and DNR were pulled from the given question. You'll notice treatment and outcome are a little different because we don't actually have the cases for the data given to us. We just have probabilities given to us. And in order to make this work in Netica, we have to make sure each row adds up to 100 or 1.0 for the probability. So these probabilities are deviate from what's given in the assignment just for demonstration purposes. So now we'll move on to the Netica demonstration. So after you download Netica, you can actually launch the application by installing it. So you would go to your downloads folder, double click on the Netica _win application. It'll extract into your C drive automatically. And you'll go to your C drive, open the Netica folder, open the Netica 605 folder, and then open the Netica application. And you'll get this prompt. We can just do limited mode because we don't want to pay for it, and our network is not going to be more than 15 nodes. So once the application is open, you can click on New Net to launch a network canvas. And then we're going to start by adding our nodes. So you double click on the node button here, and then you click inside the window to add each node. So we have 4 nodes. We're going to add 4 boxes here. And once we're done, we can click on the circle again to close out of that. And then we're going to name our nodes and add the states for each node. So we'll start with severity. You can add the title and the name. The first state is going to be severe. And we can hit apply. Then we're going to create a new state. And this one is going to be not severe. And you'll note you can't put in any spaces in the states, otherwise you will get an error. So we'll put in not severe, hit apply, click on OK. And you notice that node is ready. Then we're going to move on to our DNR node. And for the states, it's going to be yes, apply, and click on new, no, apply, click on OK. Then we're going to work on our treatment node. And this state is going to be yes, apply, new state is going to be no, apply, hit OK. You'll notice that's ready. And finally, we're going to work on our outcome node. And this is going to be a positive outcome, apply, then hit new, negative outcome, apply, hit OK. So now that all 4 of our nodes are ready, we can actually build the links in between the nodes. So we're going to click on this little arrow, start at the parent node, and click down on the child node. So that builds that link. Then we go back, click on the arrow again. Want to start at the parent node, click on the child node, and then same for the remaining network. Parent node, child node. We have one more parent here, and child node is outcome. So once this network is built with all your links, you're actually going to come up here and click on Compile Net. And you'll notice everything gets colored in. And now basically you're ready to add your probabilities or configure your probabilities for each node. And that's simply done by right-clicking on the node, and we're going to click on Table. And here we're going to enter our probabilities for severe, which is 40%, not severe, 60%. Hit Apply. Okay. Do the same for DNR. Table. Yes is 10%. No is 90%. Apply. Okay. Same for treatment. And for treatment, you'll notice we're just going to fill in the probabilities for yes, and Netica will automatically calculate the remainders because it's just going to subtract from 100 to calculate the no responses. So for yes, we're going to put 10, 30, 20, 40. We need to make sure these add up to 100. You can click on Apply, and it's going to ask you, would you like to fill in the missing entry? So the required probability sum to 1. And you can just click on yes, hit Apply. Okay. So your treatment node is done. And finally, we're going to do the outcome node. Click on Table. And similarly, we're going to fill in the positive outcome probabilities. It's going to be 20, 10, 40, and 30. Click on Apply. Click on Yes. Okay. So now basically our Bayesian network is ready. Our Bayes net inside of Netica, and we're ready to evaluate for those patients that are severe. So you click on the state severe, and you'll notice how the probabilities change for each child node. And then you click on DNR is yes. And then finally you'll see the outcome, how it changes. So when a patient has a severe illness and they have signed the DNR do not resuscitate order, their outcome is 11% probability it's going to be positive, 89% probability it's going to be negative. So that concludes the demonstration for Netica, and we'll go back to our presentation and just share the final Bayesian net. As you saw earlier, the severity and the DNR are selected as yes and severe, and you see how the outcome is impacted. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And you guys have a great rest of the semester. Thank you.